things. Not things. I mean, okay. I'm all set. Okay, let's see. Now I can hear myself. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here. Mute this. Okay. I believe everybody can see me. Somebody in the chat can tell me that they can see me. I'm going to read a couple of my poems here from my latest book. Okay, yeah, I can see myself on just in TV. I was watching there. Okay, now the poems I'm going to read. I will not be able to actually show you the poems, which is not set up right. Um, I'm not going to read that. Everybody can see me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my book, which was right here. Okay. Considering the delay we have with this thing, um, I am. I better not look at Justin TV because it's really really bad. Uh, all good. Okay. The poem I'm going to read right now is a poem called "To My Dearest." This poem was written, about somebody, a very close person. Um, Before I go into the poem, let me give you an idea about what connects me to A4L, I mean, the Artist for Life and the Cancer Society. Last year, by about May, my teacher, very close teacher, who taught me from very childhood days, he died of cancer. We were not able to even give him any treatment because he got only 2 weeks. He was diagnosed with cancer at the latest stage, and he only survived for like 2 weeks. So that hit me home. And unfortunately, let me first tell you, unfortunately, I was not able to participate in the Artist for Life last year because I was fasting and I was so busy with work. I was not able to come here. So I sincerely apologize to you, Ian, or Anne, or Christian. I'm sorry I was not able to bring it up. Um, and somebody actually is signing off. Thank you for being here and all the people who participated and contributed so far. I really, really thankful for all your efforts. And we will continue this. We will continue this, and anytime you want me to participate in it, even this day, I was so busy. I actually took some time off work because I'm supposed to be working right now. Because I have a second job at Boston store. I was supposed to be working. I took a time off. The reason is these guys do an excellent job. They do a wonderful job of generating this money and helping people, helping the Cancer Foundation. Anybody who actually is going to contribute today, I'm going to give them this book. My book, this is called Age of Survival. It is a collection of my poems. Every year I provide some copies of the book to people who donate during my show. So I will actually give them this book. There is one thing that is unique to this year, which is this book is out of print. So I'm going to bring this book as a Amazon, Kindle, Barnes and Noble, Nook. Uh, it's going to be an electronic book from now onwards. The printed versions are out. So whoever gets this book this year, they are going to be a one lucky break, because I'm not going to bring it out into print anymore. It is too expensive to actually do that for the publisher. Even the publishers advised, it's better we go into the electronic books area. So, please understand, you will be able to contribute, during the show, and I will actually send me just your address. You will receive a signed copy of my book. So I would love to actually show you the actual poem which I'm reading, but unfortunately my many camps kind of completely messed up, so I was not able to set that up right. So I'm going to read the poem. So hopefully everybody is listening to me. The poem is called, like I said, is called "To My Dearest." This poem was written about a very close person who also lost a relative to cancer. So that person was, even though this was written in a different context in IPF, I wanted to cheer that person up. That was the reason why I'm reading this particular poem right now. The poem goes like this: To my dearest, my dearest days are those in which, with your feelings from heart, you made me feel me the dearest with your care and love, and the beauty of all the stars in my soul I felt. Even when silence around us danced, still your love to my soul spoke, blooming every bud of my love in the depth of my soul and every bit of me. From those flowers of love in my soul awakened, dreams filled with wishes and our moments together. Then, when away you walked with only a friendly smile, tears melted all those flowers from my heart and soul. Away and away to run I tried, then more and more I tried, the more back to you dragged. As deep from my soul a cry I heard of my love to you, O my dear, my dearest. Fear I am not as love filled my heart, anger I am not as love made me smile. Happiness eluded and as a butterfly around me fly, but without you, sadness will consume a bit of my life. Come back to me, oh dear, come back to me. Come and take these trembling hands. As my love for you outgrown every sense of mine, come back to me, oh dear, and wipe these tears of mine. This is just so that this poem, that's the end of the poem. This poem was written so that, when she reads this poem, she will have that feeling of, calling somebody back. That was the idea. Even though, I don't have any romantic feelings for her, I'm not in romance with her. So this was written so that, that person will feel better. And it was, it worked very well. The one thing that I have known about, when I'm dealing with this, specifically people with this kind of disease like cancer, one thing I've noticed was, they have a fear, and they have a feeling of detachment from everything. They think that, they are something very, very isolated in the world. So that's why, even when every time I see a person who had survived cancer, or who is going through a cancer process, I always ask them, not to feel isolated. I always tell them, don't feel isolated. We are all with you. So that's what's the key to dealing with people, who is in that situation. Even in my work right now, there is a person, who lost her husband to cancer, and she's a cancer survivor herself. Um, it is an amazing process through which she communicates to people. And when I look at her, there is one thing that comes to me is, okay, it's not pity, it's not any sentimental feelings or anything like that. What I really feel is a great person, because it takes a great person to actually survive something like a cancer, to actually survive that. So that's why this particular poem, the person who probably will come later, in the show, said, I will not be able to make it to, to Justin TV tonight, because she's also busy. So I hope everybody is doing great. And Artist for Life, to donate, scroll down below, click Lonely Boy's picture. Yes. Uh, please click on my picture, and make sure you donate as much as possible this night. And even if during my show, I will actually stand by my word. This book, whoever is going to donate, the biggest donation from here through the end of the night, you know Christian, please understand, get me the address of that person. I will give them this book. It's not just during my half an hour, because Yeah, definitely. Just make sure you send me whoever is donating the highest donation. Please send me the details. I will send them that book. So that they will be happy and they'll be satisfied. And I can now I think people are just hearing me. So I'm going to go into the next poem because I know there is a little bit of a delay here. From my side, I think I don't know which one. Now this is a very romantic poem. The reason why I wrote this poem was, again, I want to cheer somebody up. This poem was written about actually my girlfriend. Nobody actually seen my girlfriend, even the picture of her. But I once said, she actually posted a picture of herself on face. Actually, it was on MySpace before it became Facebook. And I went ahead and said, you should not post a picture. I just criticized the way she smiled in that picture. She never told anything directly to me at that time. But later, in one of her posts on Facebook, she wrote about, most of the other pictures she posts on Facebook and any other social websites, she don't smile. And the reason she said was, okay, I criticized her smile. At that time, I needed to cheer her up. This is one of the other poems where, some people who were down, when I actually sent them this poem, they were able to cheer up. So this was actually in my say latest book, which is called Scent of Spring. This poem is called Smile of the Darling Girl. The colorful magic Mother Nature spread through the hands of beautiful spring. Nature thrown her share all around of happiness all souls wished for in the darker days. Through the dawns of life she crawled, and stepping into the moons of life she is. From the depths of mind, all the happiness she can share, she gathered, and on her face brought. Her eyes glittering like two bright little stars, that wonderful pointed nose spread a little more, skin upon her forehead stretched a little and shine. The rosy cheeks to the side burst spreading, those soft lips upon which nature dipped her quill, and paused to see that wonderful moment before she painted a new species of flower in colors unseen and danced. The singing birds paused and the flying birds landed all around. The wind waited upon the tree holding his breath. Oh, even the light from the glory of sun for a moment stopped when that wonderful smile upon her face spread. A smile this portion of time took as a blessing, and every creature that saw that smile left a prayer upon a humble poet who in words wrote from his soul about the wonderful feelings of love in his mind felt, and told her his love for her again and again, making her smile again and again with his love. And afterwards, she started posting, you know, pictures of her smiling. So, thank you, Thomas Stickney. Thank you for posting. Donating. And it's not just $15 or $20. Even if it is $5, donating money means something for such a great cause. If you are looking at me, I'm a Muslim, so I'm fasting. So I fasted for 16 and a half hours. I'm only having a cup of tea so far. I broke my fast, I did my prayers, and then immediately I came to here to actually do the show. Earlier, I actually did my preparation. I understood many camps is not going to work properly. It is actually freezing and it is having audio problems. I cannot hear anything. My mic and speakers, everything got disconnected. So I need to restart. So that's why I restarted the whole thing and understood. Okay, I will have to just poem, speaking very slowly, and I'm trying to speak as slow as possible. So here's the thing: even if you are going to spend only like $5, for such a great cause, it means something. So that's what even for me, I will go to a person who is suffering, and I will spend my time hungry and with all the pain I can take, I will just stand with that person to relieve that guy's pain. So that's the way it is. Even if you are spending only $1, it matters. When it comes to spending on such a cause like cancer foundation, especially children's cancer foundation. That's what I'm concentrating on now. Helping these little children, combat this disease. Even in the local area, there are a lot of people who are working on it. Because one of my friend who is he's a a radiologist. He comes and tells me these different stories of people suffering from cancer. And there also one thing I have noticed was people he telling me the fear at different levels. When a little kid, that kid's fear and an adolescent person's fear or an elderly person's fear, it all comes to that fear. So the thing you can do is, or to take the fear away from a person who is suffering. You see, that's the thing. You may not be able to relieve that person's pain, but you'll be able to do a better job than trying to relieve that person's pain by just reducing their fear about this disease or about the detachment they are actually feeling from others. That's what it all comes down to. So that's what even I understood. When I talk to people, I meet different kinds of people every day in my two works I am doing. So that's what it comes down to. I mean, make a person understand and accept that there is this problem and this is a problem, and let's take this problem and deal with it in a fearless way. Thank you, Natalie. I'm going into my third poem. I think we have another 13 minutes. I thought maybe I will only be able to read two poem. This poem, okay, this is a different poem. I need to read poems of different kinds. This poem is called "A Castle in Seconds." Um, it was written during 2000, I think it was 2010, Father's Day. During that time, somebody told me to write a poem about Father's Day. Uh, and and I don't know anything. I'm not a father. So what am I supposed to write? I mean, as a father, because my father was a great person. So I may have to write about my father, but my father is no more. And then I thought, okay, which way? And it was actually a child who actually told me, why don't you write about a child you don't have? I said, okay, I don't know whether I have a child or not. But she, that is a very small kid. I mean, she's only like 12 years old. She said, you see, what if you have a child which you don't know about? And I was like, I was completely, went silent because I don't know whether I have a child or not. Then I wrote this poem based with that context in mind, even though it didn't came out that way. This poem is called "A Castle in Seconds." Attractive, charming, and pleasant, oh, angels will lose their charms in her prettiness. Looking at him again and again, she smiled. So young, but not too young. He's old, not too old, but not young anymore. Stood up, and to walk away he tried, but nothing can stop him from looking back. Those eyes and smile somewhere in memories hide. Long days filled years, cloud memories. Oh, still a young lady of this age he never known. He walked away thinking deep, and the little angel to forget he tried. When browsing through the magazine stands, clouds cleared. Eliza, he cried. From a long gone past she awoke, rushed he to every corner of the street, but no sign of the angel who, like her, smiled. In disappointment on a stone bench he sat, with glimpses of a long gone past through mind flashing. College days, party nights, travels, movies, coffee shops, unemployment, misunderstandings, tears, anger, and bitterness, breakup and busy schedules of foundations of life, a foundation well built, but no castle upon it built. Oh, he remembered it all in minutes, but in confusion of all senses frowned. as no clue he got about Elisa and the young lady he saw. When about to walk away from behind, he heard a sweet voice, "Happy Father's Day, Daddy." Turned around and he saw Elisa holding the young angel, nodding with a smile, the nod that answered without words every question that to his mind came, and built a castle faster than any architect can. That is was the poem I actually gave to my Facebook friends uh, on 2010, and it was many people really came out and said, okay, yeah, this is a wonderfully written poem. So that's why as the lot of appreciation came up, and a lot of people were glad to actually you know you know to hear that poem. I read this poem during another show at that time, and they all loved it. It was far better than this. Maybe I have the recording of that. Maybe on another occasion, in another show, definitely I will play it because that was much more subdued, and there was a musical piece that accompanied along with that. So that's it. I mean, we have another 8 minutes remaining. Now about people. I mean, recently I actually inquired to somebody and asked them, what can I do? How should I deal with the people who are suffering? This is the last part of my show. I will read one more poem very fast. But before that, that person also said, saying that, people who suffer, you know, they they don't actually take those things personally. You see, that is one of the key things you should understand when dealing with a person who is suffering. Even if it is you, you see, if you feel, if you get flu or if you get very, very, a cold or anything, you will not take that thing like, I'm the only guy who is having flu or, cold. Usually people will be very careful not to spread the disease to others. That's the same kind of feeling everybody has. That is one of the part of their fear also, because if whether I will become a bother anything any way, and I will bother anybody because of my condition. People actually go through that. That's another thing, which I will say, when you donate, say $1 or $2 or $5, some people were able to donate more than that. When they actually bring that donation and give it to, that's what you are actually going to actually tell that person, okay, you are actually trying to make me comfortable, in one way, saying that, okay, I don't want you to be bothered. So here I'm trying to help you and maybe millions of others, with whatever I can. And it comes to that point where, to help a suffering person, do what you can. And once you finish doing what you can, then there will be 100 different doors that will open for you to do more. So $1 today, once you finish giving that $1, you will get $100 more to give, maybe $50 more. So that's the key. That's the way this works. From my experience, from the experience I have seen about 100 or 1,000 people out there, that's what my understanding. Okay, you do one thing, especially to help the suffering, you will get 100 more in your hand, so that you will be able to do more. So, said that, we have about 6 minutes. I may be able to squeeze in one little poem. Let me see. The next poem I have in here is okay. This is a poem called "Turbulent Beginnings." Uh, I am reading this person. I don't know if you guys still remember Jeepers Media. Jeepers and Mike Mozart, saw this poem in my Facebook, because I posted the link of this poem from my blog into my Facebook, and he came. He came to my blog, and he started in on Zanga.com. He started his own Zanga account, saying that I would like to continue to read your poems because he loved this poem. This poem is called Turbulent Beginnings. The sights and sounds are feuding when at your beauty I look. Love holding the hands of wind and around us fly. Birds through the winds glide, and in your eyes I see the origin of all ups and downs of this moment. Oh, the turbulent days, oh, the turbulent gone by days, like thick dark cloud on a summer day high, to come and strike us with thunderbolts in the dark of night. turbulent those days always are in the beginning of every relationship. Though the inevitable turbulence shook us beyond every imagination of us, ah, the doubtful thoughts, the sarcastic remarks with vengeance, the eagerness to know the unknown of each other, then at the end of the day, when known about the love of each other, tears filled apologies and embraces that made us one. Oh, all the pain heart went through, all the sleepless nights, the shed tears and the tears held, the wonderful words spoken and the sharp sarcasms said. When holding you in my arms, I realize I can go through it all a million times again and again as the price for all that effort worth. Millions of lifetimes enslaved in love for you. That took only about 2 minutes, to read. But this is a poem. Even I myself really like after writing it. It's like, okay, I wrote a good poem. So that's about it. Guys. Girls, folks out there. I know it's a little late. On a Friday evening. I hope people come here and donate more. And I myself was not able to log into Justin TV, unfortunately, because I haven't logged into Justin TV, and they said my account is somewhat screwed up. I will follow you guys and make sure that whatever I can do, I will post these links on my Facebook and my Twitter, so that people will be able to come here and see the rest of the show. And everybody, you have a good night and enjoy the show. Enjoy the rest of the show. Okay. Yeah, Natalie, you remember Jeepers. Jeepers. He was an amazing person. I really miss him. That's one of the things I miss from from this place. I mean, Block TV. When I lost Block TV, some people like Jeepers. We miss it. That's the way it is. And I hope we'll be able to get back together. I'm doing some iVlog TV shows and everything. And somewhere like this, Artists for Life. I hope these guys are going to do the shows, in the coming years, maybe in much more diversified way, in a better way. So far, it's good, and we already have $2,633.37. And by the end of the day tomorrow, hopefully, it will be $4,000 and more. So, by the grace of God, everything will be fine. And I wish everybody good luck, and I wish uh, Christian, good luck with the shows, and I my my what can I say? I'm speechless right now. I'm losing words. I'm supposed to be the man of words. I'm losing words. Thank you very much for this opportunity to come and speak to everyone. Okay, have a great night.
Thank you very much, Lonely Poet.